Hey, welcome back, everybody. You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. My name is Casey. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today's video, I just wanted to touch on a few trades that I just closed out, some new opening trades that I have, and I wanted to cover a couple of updates on the markets in regards to reports that are coming out of Bloomberg, okay? But first, for closed trades, these trades lasted about 3 weeks to a month. And I closed them out. I had MYHI for a 71% return, POTN for a 62.55% return, ACBFF. These are all ticker symbols, by the way, so you can go look these up. These are mostly cannabis stocks that I was playing, and this was going into January. ACBFF was 96.8% return. Now that one, that one was not my trade. That was actually a trade that I was helping one of my really good friends, close out. So I was consulting him on that trade. But he was using a lot of my strategies and tips that I was giving him on the trade, and it was really it was just a flawless trade. There was one losing trade that I just closed out on Grow for negative 15% loss. So guys, like I said before, I do lose from time to time, okay? I'm not perfect. But if you look at this overall, 71% return, 62% return, 96.8% return, and then I had a loss for 15%. So obviously all my wins grossly outweighed my losses. And if you're going to be trading short-term or long-term, that's the main goal you want to stick to when you're trading, is to cut your losses short and let your profits ride, okay? So that gave me an overall 75% win rate. If you don't believe me on these returns and you want to see them for yourself, I went ahead and posted the orders on each one of those trades at my website. So you can go to howtoplaystock.com. I've got a link in the description of this video. Once you're on my website, go to Investing Strategies and scroll down to My Trades. And you can look at each one of these orders, in real time, basically, so you can see for proof that, in fact, I did have those returns. I didn't post Grow because the ticker symbol Grow, I just closed that out yesterday. But open trades, let's move over to those real quick. Right now, I just bought up 12.75 of Litecoin as of yesterday. Now, that is a 1 year or longer trade. And the reason why is because if you look at the market cap and the ratio compared to Bitcoin, we should be at roughly a quarter of what Bitcoin's price is right now, just given the market cap and volume on Litecoin, okay? So that would put Litecoin roughly, I don't have the prices in front of me right now, but it would probably give Litecoin a price of roughly about $5,000. Now, if you go out and you do a search on YouTube, you're going to find a lot of different videos on Litecoin right now, and they're talking about Litecoin anywhere between the tunes of like 2,000 on up to, some people are saying like 30,000 a coin. I don't really think that's going to happen. Realistically, though, it could probably go to about 5,000. All right, especially because all of 2017, we saw Litecoin for the entire year go up by about 10,150%. So if it does just, half of that, you could very easily see Litecoin, in a couple $1,000 range as far as price. The other one I just made a buy order this morning on AG. So if you want that ticker symbol, just go to the exchange. Any stock exchange, you can type in AG. But I'm looking at about a 4-month trade on that. So I don't know that, it's going to hit my target price, and we'll see in time. But just based off of technical analysis and higher peaks and lower troughs and power reversal signals, it looked like a good buy. So I went ahead and bought in. It didn't quite go up as much as I wanted it to. As far as confirmation, but it was good enough confirmation for me. I felt comfortable buying that and confident that the price is going to head upwards here over the next 4 months. So those are my open trades at the moment. Now, guys, when you're doing a strategy like this, you know, and you're day trading a little bit, you want to, again, like I said, you want to have cash on hand before you ever do any of this. So I wrote that down here. I'm still following a plan, okay? So you need to have a plan, especially if you're going to have stuff like this up here going on throughout the year. So I've got cash on hand. I make sure that I've always got something there in case of an emergency, okay? Including, and that includes a credit card if need be. But I'm continuing to add to my silver and gold at the moment. I just bought up some here, probably, I want to say it was back in October. I bought up some more silver. I'll probably buy up some more here sometime in the summer. I normally buy silver maybe once or twice a year. And then when I buy, I'll usually buy like $300 or $400 worth, if not more. The other thing I'm doing is contributing to my long-term portfolio still. Okay, so the nice thing about having these long-term plans in place is you can go back and you can start focusing on those a little bit while you let your trades run out. Because I can tell you right now, sitting around and looking at a chart day in, day out, hour on hour is exhausting. And you don't want to do that, because if you're doing that, you probably don't have a life. Okay? I'm just going to be honest here. And it's one of those things where, you know, if I find myself looking at charts too much, my emotions start getting the best of me and I start making silly mistakes, getting in and out of markets when I shouldn't be. So I like to keep myself distracted, especially when I have like a 1-year trade or a 4-month trade or something like that. I'll go in and I'll start really focusing in on my contribution to my long-term goals, you know, buying up some silver, you know, and continue doing what I do, which is working and contributing to society to earn income and serve others, okay? Because if you're just thinking about yourself and all you want to do is just make money, I can tell you right now, just based off my own experience, that's probably not going to happen, okay? If anything, you'll probably lose money because you're being selfish. You're being selfish when if all you want to do is take and make money for yourself and not give back to society in some form or fashion, you're never gonna be able to build wealth, okay? And that's just a psychological mindset that I try to have, especially when I'm, you know, flipping cash into more money and trying to earn profits, okay? So just keep that in mind. It keeps you away from doing silly things when you get into your short-term trades, all right? That's all I have for that. Now, the markets, I just want to give you an update here on the markets real quick. The dollar has continued to fall, okay? So it's been falling for the last couple days, and it's taken a nosedive. What does this mean? It means that if you're in U.S. dollars, okay, and you're just holding on to cash, you're losing money by the day. You're becoming poor. So again, for the new year, one of my goals was to keep enough cash on hand to where if an emergency happens and I need to replace, say, like a tire on the car, I can do that, or I can you know, throw that money towards maintenance on a car. But that's it. If you're going to hold on to cash, I would recommend holding enough for some emergency funds and maybe for a couple months of living expenses. All right, but other than that, I wouldn't hold on to it. I would get your money working for you. Also, there's a Bloomberg report that came out this morning, and it was out of China, and the report said basically that the government of China is going to stop buying bonds. Now, I don't know how legit that is or how official that report is, but if that's the case, it doesn't signal good for the U.S. stock market. Okay, if anything, if China being one of the largest countries in the world, the largest economy, if they stop buying our treasuries and our U.S. bonds, guys, you might as well at that point look at getting out of bonds, especially because you know they're going to come down. Okay, there wouldn't be any sense in maybe staying in bonds again unless you're older and you just don't have time on your hands. Okay, if that's the case, you're pretty much you're gonna lose if you withdraw. You're gonna lose if you stay in. So at that point, it really doesn't matter. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but if people have heard about this Bloomberg report, let me know. Put it in the comments and let me know what you've heard as far as China's government saying that they're going to stop buying bonds. Because if that's the case, we're looking at probably much lower prices overall in the not so distant future when it comes to stocks. Okay, and that's nothing to panic about. Actually, if you're like me, you should be licking your chops right now, because that'll give you some great buying opportunities to buy on dips in the future here, so that you can accumulate more wealth. So we'll see what happens, but that's all I have for today. If you like what you've seen here as far as the strategy, short-term and long-term, and if you have any information on the China report, again, go ahead and leave that in the comments section. Hit the like button too, guys, because the more support I get and the more likes I can get on this video, the more I can share it with others, and it moves up in the rankings. So I would greatly appreciate it if you just hit that like button, and you can subscribe to the channel as well. Other than that, that's all I have. Hope you guys have a good day, and remember, income is the outcome, okay? I'll talk to you later.